chains. I've been driving this train, years in this lane. There's no stopping this flame, cause I came.
Musical for me. How many cowboy western lovers do I have? Raise your hand. How many people do I have out there that love cowboy movies? What about historical movies and war movies? Okay. I enjoy some good war movies. And some of those movies, y'all remember Heartbreak Ridge? Platoon, Cadence, Band of Brothers. It's so many of them out there that depict, according to the men and women that were in the Vietnam War, were in Vietnam rather, they depict actual things that happened there. So in some of those movies, like for instance, Platoon and Heartbreak Ridge, it's certain things that you can say in there that you say about it that you know, okay, it's that movie. If I say, they got Elijah, everybody that knows the movie I'm talking about, okay, and I'm gonna get to it. They know what movie that is. Platoon. I love Platoon, and I'm gonna tell you, even that movie, I know is well over 20 years old. It probably is over 30 years old. But that movie, I tell you, I can watch it today and still I get teary-eyed when I see Elijah trying to run, trying to come to the hell. Oh my gosh. But when I've always, growing up, I always thought that heroes were dead. But I know that's not true, because I met a hero. Let me adjust myself, because I don't think y'all heard me. I met a hero, and I'll tell you my thoughts overall when I finish telling you about this hero. But that's why I was telling you in the beginning of the video, please just stay with me, fam. I promise you. I promise you. That you don't want to miss this, okay? You saw the thumbnail, Ask a Marine. During the 60s, there was an African American Marine, and that poster was based. He was the face for that poster. He was the face for Ask a Marine. This Marine is none other than Major James Capers Jr. Major James Capers Jr. Fam, I met a live hero. I was invited to his home to view his documentary with some other guests as well. And I can tell you, this man has gone through hell and hot water. And God has graced him to still be here. He has wrote the documentary. It reminded me of some scenes in Platoon. It reminded me of some scenes in Platoon. However, I just want to also say that Major Capers, he wrote a book, Faith Through the Storm. And this is about his time during the Vietnam War. I was honored, you all, to be in this man's presence, because not only is he a gentleman, he's a gentleman in every sense of the word, and a humble man. And I can see, even through his trials and tribulations, the strength. The strength. This man, I'll show you a short clip. The place, the legend, the man. And you all go check out Faith Through the Storm, the memoirs of the memoirs of Major James Capers Jr. and Buzz Sawyers. Y'all go and check this book out. Now, this book is not gonna, the documentary is not a large Hollywood movie. However, prayers to it being a miniseries or a mini documentary. Hey, beautiful people. I hope that everyone is having a blessed day. Y'all know I do. You know I do. Stop it. Okay? And if you're new to my channel, welcome. I thank you so very much for joining me. You all, this is just a special video I wanted to do today, because I just had the distinct honor of me, and I don't usually say this toward another human being, but I had the distinct honor of meeting and being in the presence of Major James Capers Jr. Major James Capers Jr. is a United States Marine Corps major, retired, who was in the Vietnam War. Now, he has a book out called Faith Through the Storm, which is a memoir of his time while serving in the Vietnam War. He wrote this book along with Buzz Sawyers. You all go check this book out. Especially for you, if you like war movies. How many cowboy movies, how many people out there? Raise your hands, tell me if you like watch cowboy movies. Yeah, if you watch my channel enough, you know that I was a daddy's girl, and I'm still a daddy's girl, even though he's gone. But on Sundays, we would watch Rifleman, and you know it still comes on. But Rifleman would come on, and me and my daddy would watch it, along with the Lone Ranger and stuff like that. But if you were a movie buff, as far as like cowboy movies and war movies and stuff, you would love this documentary. However, it is not out yet. But I can tell you personally, for me, after seeing it, and you can only see in the presence of Major Capers. You can only see it in the presence of him. And I tell you, this man, you saw the poster in the beginning of the video. He was actually the face for that poster, Ask a Marine, in the 60s. The first black man to do it. The first. And as I don't know if you know or not, but the Marine Corps was the last to integrate. So, therefore, that's saying a whole lot. But watching his documentary, his bravery, the love that he had for his men, his leadership skills and traits, and watching his documentary, and these are my own personal opinions as I saw it. While watching his documentary, I thought of, like some movies that I mentioned that you could probably, you can say some scenes from them and you'll remember, oh yeah, that's this movie or that's that movie. If I say, they got Elijah! Everybody who was a Platoon, who watched that movie Platoon, knows that was Platoon. I can watch that movie to this day and still cry at Elijah running to the helicopter, or trying to run. Oh, trying to run away from the enemy, rather, And like I said, it's just certain scenes, certain clips in the movies. If you've seen Saving Private Ryan, or if you've seen Heartbreak Ridge, Platoon, or Cadence, or oh my God, there's just so many of them out there. Band of Brothers, Full Metal Jacket. But he reminded me when I saw that documentary. And also, another thing I want to say about Major Capers' documentary is he was married, and the faith, and that's why, that's why I love his title. It says Faith Through the Storm. The faith that he had, because he would write letters to his wife. back home. And that was in the documentary as well. And I know it's not a big Hollywood movie, but it would be awesome to see that. And the reason I'm sure that it's probably not like it couldn't be a big Hollywood movie because only certain people could be able to relate. For example, it's really military based, but you can also relate to some of the things that he did in Vietnam, to leadership, to your life, whether you're civilian or military, as far as I'm concerned, because when I think about that, I think of Sun Tzu's Art of War. I read that many, many years ago. The ladies, they have the Art of War for women now. But I read that many, many years ago. So they have, and with that, I use some of the things that I remember from that in my day-to-day life as a civilian. So, but I could see his documentary. I could see his documentary in places like the military, different military schools, like leadership schools, NCO schools, in their academies. I could see his book or his documentary being on the reading list and everything for all boot camps of the armed forces, and I mean if you're a history buff, if like I said, a lot of it will be related to the military. And this man has also been celebrated in his hometown of South Carolina with what do you call it? It's either a bust or a statue. It's on the wall. It's on a wall, and the accomplishments. And as I said, this Major Capers, and this is my opinion, when I met him and just the few hours that I spent with him along with everyone else, I saw the humbleness, the empathy, but most of all, I saw this Marine with still had the same strength mentally, and I say the same strength physically because he has been wounded, but I say the same strength physically because if you notice the picture of him and I and the other guests that he took pictures with, he stood up tall. And I could just feel, you know how you can feel the spirit of someone, their strength, their spirit, their aura? I felt it. I felt it that day. I had a joyous time. And I learned a whole lot. Not just about him, but about others. I was able to fellowship with others. But this video, I just wanted to do it about Major James Capers Jr. This is Memoirs of Major James Capers Jr.'s Faith Through the Storm. And if you've ever been through something and God has granted you grace, I think that documentary is something to watch, because for me it makes me appreciate life even more. The risks that this man took. And he wasn't an officer then. The risk that this man took for himself, for his people, and for the United States Marine Corps. He has many awards, including the Purple Heart. And I get emotional because, you know, you talk about rare gems, and this was a rarity for me because for someone to have been through so much, through war, and I believe over, years. He ain't just spent a couple of years in Vietnam to keep going back. He was also with the 3rd Marines. He was with reconnaissance. Excuse my my dialect. Reconnaissance. But it's just amazing. And I'm going to tell you who, and I'm going to get off of here, but I'm going to tell you who I can see actually playing. And I'm going to show some pictures of Major Capers. And one is even when he was in back in the Vietnam War. So I want you to, I would love for you all to tell me in the comments below who you think should play this man. When I say he made sacrifices, he made sacrifices. I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to, recap his documentary or anything like that, but because it is not out. And I wish that everyone could watch that video, could watch that documentary. But here's who I think. And I'm going to show him a clip of this YouTube video as well. And here's who I think should play. Now, I'm telling you, this is who I think should play Major Capers. If, I'm not going to say if, I'm going to claim it. When his documentary comes out, as a miniseries or whatever it comes out as, I would recommend, y'all ready? Drums. Y'all ready for the Denzel Washington's son. I'm telling you, Denzel Washington's son is an awesome actor. I don't know if you all watched Ballers with I used to watch it a couple of years ago. Um, uh, what's the guy name? The Rock. Okay, he is the sports agent or something like that to Denzel's son. And I'm telling you, this young man is an awesome actor. That's not the only thing that I've seen him in. I've seen him in something else, but I can't remember at this time. But Denzel Washington's son would be awesome to play him in his documentary. And also, now this is an OG. I know this is an OG, but don't sleep on him, y'all. And if I can, when I get ready to edit this, if I can pull up a picture of him, I'll insert it in here. But you all remember the guy, the brother from South Central, that movie South Central. Remember when he got out of jail, he got out of prison and everything. While he was in prison, he learned that his son was running with the wrong crowd, with the Bang Bang members and stuff like that. So what he did, he got out of prison, and so he was determined to go and take his son, get his son away from their life, away from them. And y'all know the brother. Golly, I can't. He's always played a lot of character actors. I've never really seen him play main actors before. But he's an older gentleman now, but he can still pull it off. He was in South Central. So that movie South Central. But yeah, Major James Capers Jr. I'm going to insert that clip in here. The place, the legend, the man. And then you'll be able to hear his voice. Okay? But it was, you know how people do have a speech with their guests and they say, oh, it's a distinct pleasure and, it's been an honor. It was an honor. It was an honor. To be in your, to be in your presence, sir. It was not only an honor to be in Major Capers' presence. It was an honor. It was an honor, sir, to be in your presence, in the presence of a legendary hero who I've heard many things. I've heard the name many times, but never thought anything of it until now. And I thank you for your hospitality. And I thank you for being the man. I want to thank you just for being the man that you are, sir. And amazes me is through it all, through your storm, through your trials and tribulations, today, you are humble. You're humble, empathetic, strong. Thank you all for watching. I really appreciate it. Major Capers, sir. And to all Marines, retirees, veterans, Marine veterans and retirees, simplify.